Now, some people will say that they're yet to see the full effect of the rail on, especially on the roads. We're yet to see, maybe we're not looking there, but we're yet to see as many trucks off the road as, the trucks that should be carrying them along the rail system. But I was talking about power, solar power, in terms of some of the areas where the federal government is looking to encourage investors. They say that they want investors to come and, to look in areas of solar and other alternative means of energy supplies. Do you think that investors are getting that message?
Yeah, I think there are lots to be looked at before you can really attract investors here. The solar aspect, yeah, naturally, the market for energy is huge in this country. If you look at the villages and all that, they all need power. And there's no way the present arrangement can help to attend to those people in the villages. And the SME we're talking about, a lot of them are in the rural areas. We expect them to be able to do some economic activity or the other. So if solar can work, fine. It will help those people in the villages to be able to access cheap energy to do what they need to do. But like I said, that is a plan, and until those investors come in here and start to invest on solar, we will not see solar to enable us drive the economy. So that's what I'm saying. But given the 2 months plan to turn around the economy, I think that would be too much of a wishful thinking.
But if we can look at some of the things, just a minute, Mark. I mean, some of the reasons she gave, maybe for that September reason here, she talked about capital releases. So far, we understand they've done about 247.9 billion, with another 60 billion to be released, they say, very soon. And then some of the specific details are that the Ministry of Works has received 74 billion in the last 2 months, compared with to 19 billion for the whole of last year. So these are areas that they're looking. So when this eventually trickles down, you may see some change.
Yes, I agree with that. But like I said, it took time before those releases were done. That's why, too, I want to say that the delay in this budget didn't help this economy. You can see that. They just 2 months ago, the releases were given, and we are yet to see the effect of that in the economy. And more so, the overall aspect of the economy has been, like you said, recession. We don't really... So it takes you to do twice what you used to do to enable us move out from a negative position to a positive position. You know what I'm saying, sir? To just quote those figures.
They say it's cash back.
Cash back, yes.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but I'm saying the timing was actually could have been a problem because the delay has been there. Even the loss of 50% of the budget is one of those is delayed, because if you are assessing the budget as if it started in January, meanwhile the budget came in not too long ago, and then we are saying 50% was not. That's honestly, to me, I think that's one of the factors we should check. And two, if you have to look at it going forward, I'm happy they are trying to start planning now for 2017. And the 3 years, I read somewhere, 3 years budget has been put in place. That is beautiful. You have a medium-term budget, and you take it from the annual budget. So people get to know where your direction is by those medium-term budget. And so we can key into what's going to happen, and investors will...
You have used the word more than 3 times, direction, asking about the direction of this... the economic direction of the government. Don't forget, first people were talking about the economic team until you could feel maybe, it's not the anger, but you could feel the disturbance in the mind of the president when he came out to say, okay, we have our team, we don't want anyone to influence the team, this is the team, and that's the team list. Now you're talking about direction. Perhaps who best to tell us about this direction that you think that is not out there or is not better understood?
Fine. Since they have economic team, we should see visibility of that team coming on regularly to tell this year. Like I said, a 3 years budget is like a plan for the next 3 years. So I think somebody should drive that and let us get to know what the direction is. And then your annual budget should come early enough. And the economic team put in place, but I'm surprised that they said there should no private sector in the economic team.
Why are you surprised?
I'm surprised. Because
a lot of people have also said they were surprised. Yes. So why are you surprised?
Thank you. The economy is driven largely by private sector all over the world. You understand what I'm saying? The people in government, a few people we put in there to administer the government policies that will make the environment to enable the private sector to play a role. The private sector, and like I said, are the drivers of the economy, for God's sake. So why will you put a team in place without them being involved, who will formulate plans to drive the economy? You know what I'm saying? So that is where I think I have some issues here and there.
Do you think that the economic team, the first advice that they should have been able to give to the president is to tell him that we need some input from the private sector? Don't forget, in 2008, President Obama reached out to the private sector. Warren Buffett, a lot of all these people were reached out to, and they invested hugely into the American economy that kickstart, in fact, reinflated the economy then. So do you think that the first advice from that team would have been, Mr. President, we need these people, some of them?
Thank you for this wonderful point you brought in. The issue is, I don't know whether people are not listening or not. We just use Obama as an example here. When Obama took over, America was in deep shit. And now you can see the improvement of what has happened. He saw the need to get private sector to be involved in the economy, and he went out, reached out to them, and he came home heavily to invest. And that's what, see, you don't drive away those who will give you food tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's clear. It's just a basic thing. You need to get friendly and create an enabling environment to woo them in. Everybody wants to take a piece of the action. You have to woo them in. When they invest, they also have to look at the objective of a firm is maximization of shareholders' wealth. They want to increase their wealth. So people want, money doesn't stay in the place. It moves to where it's needed. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get them, you start by engaging your private sector. Other private sector outside will not say, yeah, the economy is ripe for investment. Let's go in there and play a role because we're going to get a return on investment instead of moving away.
Well, anchor at that point, Mr. Eddie Osarenkhoe is the former president, Finance Houses Association of Nigeria. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
We're back in a moment. Join us again.